Recently, reports have it that scores of female students were abducted after insurgents attacked the Government Girls Science and Technology College, Dapchi, Yobe State. Reports now have confirmed that 110 girls were actually taken away. However, many parents have no idea where the whereabouts of their children. So we ask, how do we avoid the repeat of the 2014 incident of the missing Chibok girls? We'll be speaking to our Yobe State correspondent, Michael Oshoma, who is on the phone. Mike, are you there?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So do we have any updates so far? I mean, aside from the fact that we now know it's 110 girls that are missing, do you have any updates from the police, what's being done, or even the Commission of Education concerning the parents of the missing children, what's been done so far?
For now, no update. It's just that there was a closed-door meeting with the federal government delegation yesterday evening. They called some of the parents of the adopted schoolgirls, security operatives, police, military, and DSS. They converged at the government house to deliberate on the issue on how to secure a possible solution to the rescue of the girls. That is the only thing we have. That was where the Minister for Information confirmed to us that 110 students have been confirmed missing.
Yes, Mike, we're told that the Commissioner of Education was going to get officials to go visit the families of the parents of those girls missing, just to somewhat commiserate with them. Have this been done, or are they planning to still do this? Yes,
the Yobe State government, by the Yobe State governor himself, with his entourage, visited the community 3 days ago. They commiserated with the family and the community entirely. They've done that, but we've not gotten any official figure from the school authority, which also happens, which also from the government. This list that the minister the figure is giving us now, it was deliberated by the entire the military, the government, and in the course of the meeting, this was the figure they came out with. But the school has not even told us this is the actual figure of girls that are actually, because they have the record of everything.
Okay.
That is where we have issue here.
All right.
Michael, can you verify what the situation report was prior to the abduction of these girls in the school, considering that the area was, prevalently under Boko Haram watch and all that?
The problem is Dapchi has never been attacked before. They've never experienced any Boko Haram attack. In fact, there are some villages surrounding Dapchi that Boko Haram will attack them, but Dapchi will not be attacked. But for the first time that they are attacking, they carried out this attack in Dapchi. Okay. It's quite unfortunate that this adoption is taking place.
Right.
And I have to say this. Security operatives were taken out of that community 3 weeks before this adoption. Exactly. The community, when I went there yesterday, they were like, why should the security operative be withdrawn?
Okay.
So it's a concern to the community, and they begin to read different meaning to the whole situation.
Right. Thank you very much, Mike Oshoma. Thank you very, very much, Mike. All right, so your views, I mean, this was a really heartbreaking.
Based on what he just said, that is worrisome, because we know that in April 2014, there was Chibok, and people largely claim that Chibok led to the end of the previous administration, the way it happened. And suddenly, just about a year from the next election, there is Dapchi, and people are insinuating that there might be a political undertone to this attack. For whatever it might be, right or wrong, we cannot afford to politicize the lives of these girls.
No.
It was a deliberate attack in a place that has never been attacked by Boko Haram. They came in military camouflage. After 3 weeks ago, the military officials that were supposed to protect them were reappointed. Some people now came with trucks. They deliberately took away those girls. And then all we're hearing is It might be 110, it might be 50-something, it might be that. I worry that it might be political. Number two, another thing that I'm worried about, that I feel that we must notice, is that we had a senator from Benue. From Bono at the time. He mentioned that, this senator mentioned just 2 weeks ago, last week, Wednesday, that we have been paying Boko Haram officials in exchange for the people that they captured. And we have been getting released based on payment. And that he believes that the payments we're giving to these Boko Haram officials is empowering them more to carry out attacks because they have money. Right.
I agree with you, but worrying for me is that 3 weeks prior to the abductions, there was a withdrawal of security officials within the area. Yobe is just like Bono, you know, and they've had their attacks over the years. Like he said, the neighboring villages have always been under attack in Yobe, except for Dapchi. So I don't expect a serious security agent, and we have 5 of them: the Nigerian police, the military, the DSS, the NSCI, CID. You know, we have about 5 of them. Withdraw within that at all, whether before or, you know, after attack. It was suspicious. It's suspicious for me, and you know, so there should be consequences for whoever gave the order. It's investigatable. They can find out. They can investigate it. They can find out whoever gave the order and who's responsible for it.
For me, the thing for me is the fact that the government doesn't move when you need them to move and as fast. We have neighboring states. We have people around. Has it come to a point where something happens in a state and people around cannot even gather support? We have neighboring states. How did they escape with those trucks?
3 trucks.
And nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. Nobody raised an alarm. Nobody could do anything. I understand the fact that those women and men in the villages might not have the capacity, but they should raise an alarm. We have states that are connected. If you check your map here, certain states are connected. Where did they pass? Did they take the borders? Where couldn't they have gathered, call this governor, call that governor? You people are surrounding this state. Let us block these people and get these children out. But we don't move when we need to move.
If you look at the map, it's a large landmass, you understand, and it's possible this goes on watch. But when we have the Nigerian Air Force on ground, we have, like all the agencies I mentioned on ground, this can be copped.
Yes,
and, you know, it's a failure. It's a major failure.
It's embarrassing.
No, there were actually 906 of them were on that day.
And they could only account for that.
Only 110 are now missing. So we're waiting for how we can what strategy the government is putting in place to bring back. We know the Air Force is there, the ministers have gone there, but we don't know exactly what the direction is.
We must applaud that there was a swift response. The state governor went there on Wednesday. The minister for information went there. You know, so the government didn't let the same lacuna that happened between Chibok is not happening now. But we want the lives of we want those girls back.
Okay, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we're going to bring in some guests to continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
It's still Your Views. Thanks for staying with us. So joining us is the coordinator, Bring Back Our Girls, Lagos State, Habiba Balogun. Welcome to the show. Good to have you. We also have the managing director, News Flash 247 TV, Ife Onyegbule. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Let me start with Habiba. We all know we talked a lot during the Bring Back Our Girls. We said this, we did this, we campaigned, everybody's talking, and this has happened. Now, in your view, do you think another uprising of Bring Back Dapchi was going to solve any problem? Do you really think we need another of these types of uprising again for Dapchi girls, or would you just wait for the government to do something about this?
So you mean in response to what has happened?
Yes.
Absolutely. In fact, many people who did not believe Chibok have now thought, oh, now I understand why there's something called Bring Back Our Girls, and they are getting up.
Wow.
They finally understand the reason why. They never imagined it could happen. And we got up because we said this thing must never happen again. Okay? And part of not happening again is get back the girls who were taken. That's what we're fighting for. So many, you do need an uprising. Absolutely. And we're seeing it. Didn't you see the response of the parents in Dapchi?
The stoned.
I don't advocate stoning anybody, but that just showed you the level of anger.
But in your view, what has the government done so far? Are you impressed by the response of the government so far since last week?
There has been a major improvement since Chibok girls, in terms of the response of the government.
Right.
They are showing their concern. They are coming, they're speaking to the parents. They're not saying what we want to hear. They're not showing us that they're as organized as they should be. And they're not showing us that the rescue, because, okay, they are responding better in terms of PR.
Right.
But in terms of actual rescue on the ground,
Yes.
you know, within 48 hours, we're expecting 1, 2, those girls, they would have mobilized and the girls would be back. We're now hearing about the Air Force and other people are doing things.
So the swiftness of the response, since we know this isn't the first time we're having this attack, and in recent times we've had Boko Haram resurgence of the insurgency. So it's not that we're unaware that this could have happened. How swift do you think the response from the government should have been in terms of speed of, do we have a chain of command of what to do if this kind of thing happens? Which should you call?
Considering that security agents were withdrawn within 3 weeks before the attack.
Yeah, I mean, they were redeployed. What I've heard is that they were redeployed. I think what should have happened is it's not just the Buniadi boys who just marked 4 years. There's also been a school in Ikorodu, Turkish school. Things have been happening. So by now, some people like the Ministry of Women Affairs, they do child protection. They should immediately have had a desk there to respond to the parents, okay, and find out from the school the role and so on. The ministry, the Yobe State government should have automatically had a desk there. Okay, the parents are not going to go back home now. Their children are missing. What arrangements have you made for the parents? Water, other things, keeping them communication. They should know what to do. School abduction 101. They should know what to do.
Let me come to Ify because we inquired a bit. If in your view on what the government has done, what do you think could have been done better, or what do you think they should do to make everybody feel like something has been done?
When I heard the story, what came to my mind was, look, the government needed to be on ground immediately. But you find out that there was this apathy. Some people were wondering, did it really happen? Are you sure it's true? The Chibok girls that were taken away, some of them have become women. We don't even have all of them now. Then the Dapchi 105, or is it 110 or 111, however it is, some girls were taken. They should have been on ground. She just said it. You need to open lines, you know, have lines, different telephone numbers where parents can get to reach them. Create some kind of emergency, how do I call it now? You know, response where the parents can come, get information and all of that. Then the school needs to talk. No, from the point of a media person now, I'm asking, people need to be informed. How can you tell us 105 was missing? The Parents Forum came up with a list. The government is saying 110. And we have another list of 111. I was reading something in one of these foreign media organizations that was actually disputing the earlier figures that was given, 74, 90 something and all of that. How did we get to where we are?
I had an issue with the discrepancies in the numbers, because I know that in a school you have your registers, you have your numbers, you know the number of children. It's a boarding school, right?
Yes.
You have the number of children in the school, the girls, the sessions, the classes, and all of that. I know that. So when this happened, what I expected was the school authority should have done their head count, checked their register. We will have the exact numbers. So I feel that there's a kind of politics going on somehow with these numbers.
That can be explained considering that, you know, the principal asked the children to run for their lives, and then before it took 2 days to get, you know, the students back on ground. They had about 906 students on ground, so that would take a while. But
whether they run for their lives or not, there is a list, there's a register.
No, they ran for their lives, and then 48 came back. So, and I had issues with that one, because the state governor was pelted not just because of the late response, or they felt that he said that he gave a press release that was false.
Yes.
He said that the military rescued, and they apologized for that. So I'm saying that there is always this gap in communication within our government is very, very disheartening.
And there's a lot of deceit going on.
That's why there should be a desk. If there's a desk, then nothing will come out until it has been verified with the school authorities and all the rest.
I was going to ask on, you know, politicizing of this abduction.
Right.
Femi Fani-Kayode over the weekend blamed the president for this abduction, saying because he had paid ransom for the girls rescued, the Chibok girls that were rescued, and that because of this ransom paid, Boko Haram had reinforced and, you know, gotten stronger, and so they're blaming him. What alternative did the president have, considering that, you know, we were looking for him to bring back the Chibok girls?
No, can I just say something? Because I've addressed this before. Kidnapping and ransoming is a criminal activity in Nigeria right now. Not just Nigeria, in many other places, but in Nigeria it has become an upsurge. Whether it's Chibok girls or Dapchi girls, Government has been paying ransom. Families have been paying ransom. People have been paying ransom. So when the other school abductions happened, not all of them paid ransom. Sometimes, if they were able to mobilize fast enough, they were able to rescue. Yes. But when you give people enough time to go and hide them somewhere, what do you want them to do? It's not about paying ransom. It's about don't leave any soft targets for these people to come and kidnap.
Now, what do we mean by soft targets? When we talk about soft targets, what do we mean? Whether boys or girls. These are human beings. I wonder why anybody will label them as soft targets.
It means soft target, meaning it's easy to go there because there's no security. There's a whole group of them together. There's food stores. All the things they need is there.
Food, to mind the fact that we're
medical supplies, all the things they need is there in one location, no security. It makes it easy.
Would you say that it will make sense if there are CCTV?
It would. We would have thought they should be. That's my own. We would have thought that they should be. We shouldn't be talking about the processes now.
That's what I want.
We shouldn't be talking about the processes.
I don't want us to so much focus on the could have, should have. It has happened. Right? It has happened. Now the kids are with whoever it is, the Boko Haram, whoever it is. The next step is, what is the government going to do? They've told us they brought in their forces, the airplanes are flying around looking for the girls. The government is trying to find succor for the parents. But when they say Boko Haram is being defeated, that we've actually almost defeated Boko Haram, that's the worry part of it. So what is emboldening them if they are to kidnap these girls?
Without wanting to put us or you in a tight corner, there was a young man who was terrorizing people in a place in Rivers State. By the way, I worked there for a year plus. Donweni. They found him. He was... They got him somewhere, even if they had to go to Enugu State to look for him. So I'm asking the question, why is it so difficult to get whoever it is?
Yeah, there was a report this morning, actually.
Why is it difficult?
You know, Boko Haram has been split up into two groups. So the Shekau-led group has one that's been sacked from Sambisa Forest. There's another group that's linked to Islamic State in West Africa. Apparently, they are the ones who carried this out.
Okay, let's go on a break. When we come back, I'd like us to focus on the issue Obi Ajulu raises in. Who saw them? 3 whole trucks driving through that town. Nobody said anything. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So, Nima, some tweets, please.
Okay, Uncle D says, despite being technically defeated, it seems Boko Haram are the winners here. They returned some girls and reportedly pocketed millions of dollars after a series of negotiations, only for them to come back for another set of girls. Amagwalaon says, at FFK, blaming Buhari was just being mischievous. The noise has been that the federal government must secure the release of the girls. How else do you expect Asorok to go about it? World over, ransoms are being paid to secure release of citizens. We must stop playing politics with people's lives.
Let me let Ife and Habiba have the last words here. Ife, let me start with you. The government, everybody's saying that there's probably a conspiracy theory, that this is something was planned, just like Tokwe had said earlier, the Chibok girls, and now this is maybe a political move. What are your views? Do you agree, or do you feel that this is real kidnap of girls from Boko Haram?
I'm neither here nor there. That's the truth, because when it happened, I just asked myself, oh, not again. Why do you have to go to this particular region to pick girls who are supposed to be in school?
We know what they're for.
But we're sitting and watching to see exactly how this plays out. What will the continuous response be? It's not for you to just come on the pages of newspaper to tell us, oh, it's getting the what's it called, the response that it deserves. It doesn't make any sense to anybody. So I think the government needs to do more. People need to move there, so that the parents of these children will understand that you're feeling exactly what it is.
Let me take this call from Aisha. Aisha, are you still there from Kano?
Yes, I'm still here.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Okay, government shouldn't have been thinking of doing more. More should have been on the ground.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a region that's very vulnerable, and the area is easy to get away. So if there are issues like that, people from that place are afraid of reporting things because they may know who are involved. It's a place, it's a community. We know our children. But talking is the problem. So I think government shouldn't be thinking of doing more in this kind of issues. They should be trying. Sorry, excuse me. They should be trying to make sure that they don't let things happen. These are schools. We can't stop girls from going to school just because they're afraid of Boko Haram and other issues.
Right. Thank you very much, Aisha.
Seriously, in line with what I think.
Going to what Tokwe had said earlier concerning the fact that this is like deja vu.
Yeah.
It happened last year,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So shouldn't we have been more prepared in all the various areas, especially in the north, in that northeast region?
Response.
Should we have been more prepared for this kind of things? And in your view, do you think the government, the individual governments, actually had enough security in place to protect these girls?
Yeah, so I bring back our girls. We've been demanding certain things, that government should be prepared, okay? Part of the preparation was the Safe Schools Initiative. So I don't want to go into that, but it was launched, it was funded. What has happened? If they had followed through and done what they were supposed to have done, maybe this couldn't have happened. Part of the preparation is knowing how to cope with the parents. Some parents spent last night or 2 nights ago in police custody. So police are pursuing them for stoning the governor instead of pursuing the people who carried their daughters away. So that is what we're talking about. The response should be prepare, make sure it cannot happen again. Secure all schools. Move schools out of vulnerable areas. Have more day schools rather than boarding schools because they come at night.
Right.
They come at night. They've always come at night. So let the children go to school and go back home or go into homes in the community. There are things to do, and they've all been laid out in the Safe Schools Initiative.
Nobody's doing
it has been funded. So what has happened to execution and implementation
Let's take
of the recommendation?
Ken, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm concerned about what is happening over there because I have children who have gone through boarding school and one is still there. And in Lagos State, you now find out that where my daughter is, there's security. Anytime you go there, there's police, even though they don't have vehicles, but the police station is very close to that place. So you feel that confidence that there's security because you see police, either male or female, they are there. But one thing that baffles me is that over there, they hoard information.
Right.
When they're supposed to tell people what is going on, like what is happening, no matter what happens, I don't know the location where the school is situated, let's say the school and the town. But what happened?
Right.
What about the principal or whoever?
Yes.
Wherever place where we have students staying, there are workers there and others like that. So
what should have been done, actually?
Really
thank you very much, Ken. Final
Just
comment.
a quick word. I feel that our president is a father and our president is a grandfather. So he understands what it is to lose a child if his child is missing. It will be so nice for us Nigerians to hear personally from our president, say something about what is going on and what he's doing. Show a little emotion because these people are feeling like they're deserted. Nobody is caring about us. They're just going around their activities.
He has sent the ministers, and but I know you're right.
He's made a statement,
yes,
a written statement. He hasn't made a
verbal statement.
He's made a written statement.
The president came out to say his heart is with them, and you know that he's
very
devastating with what's happened.
Yes. But it may not mean that he has to go there himself.
No,
he has people.
Yeah, I want to say that we shouldn't wait for issues like this to happen before we start looking for our shoes and finding out what to do. Since we had an experience 4 years ago, we should have been prepared. Peradventure this happens because obviously the Boko Haram insurgents are still out and about.
Unfortunately, we have to round up. Thank you very much, ladies, for coming. We need to bring you back concerning the social initiative you talked about because we need to demand
Safe Schools Initiative.
Safe School Initiative because we need to demand of the government. They need to implement these things, obviously, so it doesn't happen again. Thank you very much. That's all we can take on the show. Don't forget to be part of our live audience on Wednesdays. Come early. It starts at 8 a.m. in the morning. Come so you can get a seat. We can only take 30 people. Come as early as you can. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.